If even if Chris Travels punched me or Joel punched me or shot me, I am not calling the police. It's content. It's WWE.
Johnny Somali has been arrested, banned from leaving Korea, and faces up to 10 years in prison. And today, we're gonna burst into this drama, but before we do, hey, hi, hello, welcome to The Art of Slop. My name is Dan Frampton. This video is brought to you by hitting the like button. Okay, my mangy megalomaniacs, open up. It's time for some slop. So we're here to talk about a travel vlogger. Now when I say that, that might conjure images of something wholesome in your brain. Lots of travel vloggers going to really far out places, going to really remote places, maybe some like island somewhere, doing some deep diving, maybe a little bit of spelunking, you know, that kind of thing. Hey, what's the hotels like over here? How do they pee and poop in bathrooms over here? That kind of thing. Hey, look at the rocks. Hey, look at these formations over here. Isn't the ocean beautiful? That kind of thing. But that is not what we're dealing with Jonathan Somalithan, okay? AKA Johnny Salami, AKA Johnny Somali. He's out here being a nuisance in all the places that he goes to. He's not only just like being a nuisance, he's being super racist, he's being super misogynistic, he's being super disrespectful to countries, ethnicities, and all sorts of cultures out here, okay? He was in Israel, got bet up a lot. That's his whole kind of thing. He goes out there to be a nuisance, but he doesn't kind of hide behind a bodyguard the way that Jack Doherty does. Nah, this guy puts his face right in front of the fists. He knows what he's about to get when he goes out there and does what he is doing, okay? He is not like a coward about it, even though it is kind of cowardly in the way that he does it. Because he goes out there, he's just super racist, super homophobic, super everything, and then just kind of like runs away, but then takes the beating, you know? He's kind of playing the chicken shit heel in the old like wrestling territory system or whatever, where you're doing like, oh no, back away, no, I'll change, I made a mistake kind of thing. Meanwhile, he knows that he's being like a super dickhead. There's even a clip of him going around saying, I'm not gonna call the cops, this is content, this is WWE. So there's a part of me that wants to respect that. There's a part of me that wants to be like, you know what, that's kind of cool. But the whole thing about wrestling and the whole thing about WWE is that it's like the performers are working together to create a story. Yeah, one person is playing the bad guy and they're trying to fool an audience and they're doing that sort of thing so the bad guy gets his comeuppance, and Johnny Somali is certainly getting his comeuppance out here. The only problem with Johnny Salami's approach is that it's not a two-party system, okay? There's no two-way road here. He's just going out there saying really racist stuff, saying really homophobic stuff, and getting beaten up for it. There are countries now hunting him down. So that's gonna lead us to his South Korea endeavors. Now this guy is running around South Korea being maybe his most insane kind of insane, so much so that the Korean government is hunting him down. There was even like their equivalent of a Navy SEAL out there, and he cold clocked him right in the face, and he's training to do it again. They're making hunting Johnny Salami a full-time sport over there in South Korea. So in South Korea, he's going out there doing all these public stunts, right? Going into convenience stores, going into the public places, and being just kind of a jerk, getting beaten up for it. But that's not really what the government is so mad at. What the government is so mad at is the disrespect he's showing to the country. Because along the South Korean streets, there are these statues called comfort women, and they represent the sex slaves of World War II, when the Japanese army would come in and make the women of that country be slaves to the soldiers. So it's a really sensitive part of their history, and Johnny Somali is out there lap dancing these statues, is out there making out with these statues, is desecrating these statues in kind of the most disrespectful way imaginable. So the government is like, yo, that is not cool. So we endorse everybody out there beating you up. So even though Johnny Somali is being racist, the people that are beating him up are being equally as racist towards Johnny Somali, but it's kind of like almost deserved in a weird kind of way. But if you want to see the clips, they're out there. They are very uncomfortable, okay? That doesn't really seem like there's a good guy or a bad guy in the situation, but then when you see the kinds of things that Johnny Somali is kind of doing, you kind of like, okay, yeah, he kind of deserves what's going on right now. He's kind of like inspired by Logan Paul 2018 Japanese Forest kind of thing, and that is the most insane thing to be fucking inspired by. Jonathan Somalithan out there getting way more heat than Logan Paul even did. Logan Paul didn't have an entire country's government after him. Logan Paul didn't have an entire country being like, you can't leave our country for fucking 10 years because you're gonna go to jail for that 10 years, idiot. And that is what Johnny Somali is facing. He has recently been arrested. He has been banned from leaving the country. And when it's all said and done, he could be facing up to 10 full-ass years in a foreign country. But in a weird way, in a weird kind of backhanded way, Johnny Somali has actually won the content war. Because people are being entertained by him getting beaten up. People are being entertained by him playing the chicken shit heel. And the fact that he knows that it's all an act is getting him the money and the clout that he is so desperately craving.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, you're gonna come up to me, bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? For money. For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a fucking about it. I don't give a fuck. Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a fuck.
I was waiting for him to swing on Johnny. I was waiting, bro. I was waiting for him to
We're ready,
do it.
Reddit, Twitter, come.
I wanted to stop on this.
Hank is here tonight. We're not scared.
Go to Johnny's stream. We're gonna have
Swing. There's so many clips out there of him just getting cold clocked, but for TOS reasons, I can't really play them in full on this channel because they are real violence, okay? He's out there inciting real violence. So as entertaining as all of it is, as much fun as it is to hate Johnny Salami, at the end of the day, what he is doing is wrong. It's also stupid, moronic, and dare I say, brain dead. Okay, earth-shattering breaking news. As I was making this video, apparently Johnny Somali has apologized and have taken a selfie with one of the guys that punched him, the Navy SEAL guy. So here he is, posing with one of his hunters, and then down here, he's got the apology. So let's see what he's got to say, shall we?
Japanese occupation, Japan invaded Korea and forced women in becoming comfort women for the Japanese Imperial Army. And most of these women weren't grown women, man. They were minors. They were being persecuted, tortured, and everything, man. A lot of people don't know about the history of the statue, but there were a lot of kids that were hurt. You know, there was even a activist that was put into a prison and tortured, raped by the officers of the Japanese Imperial Army and eventually killed. So this is a very, very serious issue, man. Like, it was not just a statue. This is not only a statue only for Koreans. Like, this is for all women that were fucked up, you know, doing bad things, you know. So when you sit here, you come and you do a Diddy party on the statue, like, well, you know, what do you think was gonna happen, bro? Like, this is something you can't take lightly. And I remember on your live, you said that we're gonna do Kill Me With a Statue. Yes, man, they will fucking kill you. This is a very serious issue.
I think killing and assault is too far for it, but I do see where they're coming from, and I see how it hurt them as a country and it hurt their pride. And it wasn't my intention when I first came here. You know, I wanted to come here. When I first came to South Korea, I'm not gonna lie, I have, like, a lot of my other content before the statue incident has been great. All the Koreans have treated me great. Like, I've had nights out drinking with Koreans, partying with Koreans, and they've showed me the utmost hospitality and respect. So honestly, that I hit a nerve this much, I think it's good to be a man and apologize for what I've done. So to all the people of South Korea, I just want to apologize for what I've done, and I really did not mean to hurt your guys' pride this much. You guys are a good people. You guys are a great people. And for the most part, other than Mr. Navy SEAL here, I've had a great experience with a lot of the South Korean people, and it was not my intention to really hurt you guys, and I hope you guys can accept my apology. And I'm a young person. I want to grow as a man. I made a mistake, and I think when you make a mistake in life, you need to own up to it. So I apologize, you guys, and I will no longer talk about your statue or touch it ever again. I hope that I can live in peace here in South Korea, and we could get past the situation and use it as a learning situation, because a lot of people learned about this statue from this situation, bad or good. A lot of people from all over the world found out what this was from my action. So hopefully we can move past this and have a better future.
Well, that was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard in my life. I don't know how anyone is accepting that. And apparently, everything is all good now. They're taking pictures with one another. Everything is hunky-dory. Everything is fine. And all he said was like, oh no, all my content was good here in Korea. I was hanging out with them. No, you weren't. They were chasing you down the street, man. Everyone was beating you up. What do you mean it was all positive stuff? You knew exactly what you were doing when you were doing that sort of stuff. And when the guy was explaining to him the statue, he was like, oh yeah, yeah. You know what you did, buddy. You know how bad it was. You did it on purpose to get the reaction. And you're like, oh, I guess I just gotta be a man and I gotta apologize for the thing I did. I don't detect an ounce of sincerity there, and I don't think that anyone actually does that sees this online. The fact that this picture exists now is insane to me. What are you doing taking a selfie with this guy? He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your country. He doesn't care about your country's women or its children or its history. What are you doing, guy? If he didn't immediately put him into a bear hug and then snap him into a belly-to-belly suplex after this, I do not want to respect this guy right now at all. Okay, back to the rest of the video that I recorded before I knew about this apology thing. And there's your slop for today, piggies. Absolutely no nutritional value. No substance, just luxurious, delicious slop. Subscribe to the channel immediately. Until my next upload, watch another upload. Okay, take care and have a good one.
한국에서 지랄하지 마. 알겠지? 소말리.